Big kiss. Big kiss to start the show. Big kiss to get rolling, to get rocking, to get moving right along. Hello, welcome to Taylor Neely Show. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're in a space where your ears can take in this information that I am about to relay upon you. It's all good stuff. It's all good, exciting stuff we're about to go over, divulge, let our minds wander about and enjoy. Let our minds coalesce around to just enjoy this the information that our minds are about to be absorbing. I got about 16 and a half minutes before I need to go swap out my laundry into the dryer. Neighbor just made a big bang downstairs, but hey, that's what we deal with around here at Taylor Neely Show. That's the kind of excitement we get to endure. That's the kind of excitement we get to play around with. You know. Now I'm wondering, I'm sitting in this chair right now thinking, do I really want to do this right now? Do I really want to do this podcast sitting in this chair right now when I only have 16 minutes before I have to go move my laundry from the washer to the dryer, and then I have to go to a Super Bowl party at about 5:30. The game is at 6:30. They said the party starts at 5, but that's because they're doing a taco cook-off that I am not taking part in because I would wipe the field with the competition. I would brutally destroy, I would dash the hopes of anyone else participating in this taco cook-off, and they might self-harm as a result of how much I just wiped the field with the competition. You know, a little bit of 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, open the door. Just totally use them as a mop up the dirty floor. That's what would happen. That's just the facts of the matter. Don't get it twisted. That's just how that would unfold. That's just how those events would happen to fall as the cards may. That's just how it would happen if we're being honest. That's just if we're being honest, and I'm not I'm not confident about everything in my life, but I am confident a taco cook-off. I am embarrassing the competition. I am embarrassing them. They are quitting, never making tacos again. It's just something I take pride in, being able to brutally destroy the morale of a taco cook-off competition. I'll show you who the true taco cook-offer is. It's me. It's not you, you fucking idiot. You can't, I'm sorry, but that's just the facts of the matter. And I'm sorry to use such aggressive, brutal language, but it's just the facts you have to face right now. It's that you go square to toe with Taylor Neely in a taco cook-off. You're walking home, one, penniless, because you really went above and beyond. You bought the most important ingredients to put in your tacos. You purchased the utmost, most luxurious items to put in your taco. We're talking grade A Wagyu beef. We're talking salsa you can only get at a place you can't get it at normally. And 3 straight up narcotics you're putting in your tacos. And you know, that's a bold strategy. I get it. I respect it. I understand it. But it will never match up to what I do to my tacos. And what I do to my tacos is I make them with love and care and kindness. Sprinkle a little joy in there. Show the tacos a good time. Take the tacos to a theme park. Have them rides. Have them play games where you can win a big fuzzy stuffed animal. Which, you know, honestly, those big, giant, fuzzy stuffed things you can win at the fair or a theme park, you know, like Cedar Point or Six Flags, any number of theme parks across this great land of ours. You can win a gigantic stuffed animal, and that's cool, but you're only going to want one. You're only going to want one of those, and honestly, you're going to want none of those once you're stuck carrying around a giant stuffed animal for your girlfriend all day. They're really not all they're chalked up to be. I chalk them up to a big waste of time, waste of space. They make I mean, they're appealing to a kid, but as an adult, you can just buy those on the internet for dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Cheaper than dirt. I mean, they're probably like $5, and you got to spend $5 on the game, and you're not winning most of the time. But hey, those are the facts of the matter. Sometimes you got to face the facts of the matter. You got to nut up and face the facts of the matter that you're presented. Sometimes you're presented with facts you do not want to face, but you have to face them nonetheless. That's just life, baby. That is life. Life coming at you 1,000 miles per hour, and you can't stop it. That's just the speed of life. Some people talk about the speed of light. I'm talking about the speed of life, which is varying. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's medium speed, but it's always going forward, never backwards. That's the thing about life, is it's always moving in a direction in which you cannot stop it. It's a train without brakes. It's a bus without brakes. It's a motorcycle without, what? You guessed it, brakes. It's a spaceship without, not brakes, thrusters to push the opposite direction of where you're going. Life continues to move. Maybe that's time. Maybe that's our perception of time. Maybe if I were a fourth dimensional being that no longer lives on this plane of life, maybe then I would not experience life as a train which moves only forward, never backwards or sideways or up or down, just straight ahead on this path of life. But that is just my perception of where life goes. It goes forward, not backwards. That is just my perception. Now, I am wondering, I was talking to a friend last night about doing drugs, and, drugs can be very weird. Doing, there's one time where I was watching this girl's house, and I was watching her dog in the house, and I did MDMA, and then I was coming down, and I did ketamine. And then I did whippets, and it was a very disorienting combination of drugs. Now, I've done whippets before, and that it was I hallucinated having an entire conversation with my brother, him being across the table from me, and I swear to God, we had a conversation. I don't remember what we said, but I had the sensation of having just had a conversation with him, and then seeing him, and then once I came to out of the whippet, it he went away, and I was like, what the hell just happened? It was wild. Whippets are very disorienting. Whippets are weird. Dissociatives are weird. They kind of pull me away from reality, and I don't know if I like that in my drugs, and obviously I don't do drugs anymore, but when I have done drugs, when I've been doing drugs, I prefer them to make me so in reality. I'm perceiving everything. Like Limitless, that movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper, that drug. That's the kind of drug I wish they had, but nonetheless they don't. But I was talking to a friend about how drugs make things weird, and you've heard it said on podcasts before, mainly maybe Joe Rogan said it once, I don't know. Oops, listen to Joe Rogan. Sorry, people are doing it. I do it. People are doing it. Yeah, a lot of people do. So you can't get mad at some people really poo-poo Joe Rogan. It's like, bro, I have no reason to poo-poo the man. I have no reason to poo-poo the man. Or pee-pee the man. No poo-poo, no pee-pee, no cum-cum. I'm not going to do any of those to that man. Because I don't know him. I don't know him personally, and he has never done anything to make me not want to listen to him. But that's me. That's where I'm at, and that's okay. It's okay that I have that opinion. You can have your opinion, and that's okay too. It's all okay. Everything we're feeling all the time is okay. Just don't stab anybody or shoot anybody or do a crime. Don't do a crime. That's the bad stuff. Otherwise, it's okay. It's okay to think about doing a crime. But we were thinking about, I was talking to my friend about drugs it seems like it kind of gives me access to a different plane of existence, maybe a different plane of reality. Some drugs more than others. Cocaine, not so much. Painkillers, not so much. They feel good, but they only alter my perception of reality so much. Whereas acid or mushrooms or DMT or MDMA or 2CB or SAS, any number of psychedelic drug, that drug really does kind of put you on a different plane of experiencing life, experiencing reality. And I can get down with the fact that, I'm down with God. You all know I'm down with God. I have Jesus Christ tattooed on my arm, and it's not for any Christian reason. I'm not Christian. It's just because I liked the imagery. Religious iconography makes for a good tattoo. But I can also believe many different things at once, or I can play with ideas, maybe not believe, because is believing having faith in that idea? I don't know. When I have faith in an idea, I think that is believing it too. I uphold that as in my value system, in my head, what my values are. Maybe that is, I have those are concrete ideals and values, and these are more, I guess, ideas I can play with, but I can play with the idea that maybe if there is something out there, aliens or some other being, they're on a different dimension than us, it's fourth dimension, fifth, whatever it is, it's a different one. That time, it doesn't move forward or backwards. It kind of is like, you can go sideways. You can jump in and out at certain times, and maybe that's just where consciousness has evolved to. Maybe those are beings, and we are just like, maybe where we are, this is, our bodies are just the first stage of what is to come next. I guess it was on Joe Rogan's podcast. He was talking about our bodies being soul farms. And this is just like the infancy of whatever our souls are. And I can believe that. Because whatever I am experiencing right now, this level of consciousness, I do not believe it ends. I do not believe it ends when we die. That doesn't make sense. How can this just stop? I mean, is it then like I'm just dreaming forever? Because a dream does go... It's weird. A dream is weird because I'm experiencing, and it happens so fast. Sleeping seems like it happens lickety split. It's over. And is that what happens when you die? It's just like dreaming forever. Because whenever I'm in a dream, it isn't like, I'm not like wondering, oh, is this going to end? Is this going to be done soon? I'm not thinking that. I'm not thinking that at all. I'm just experiencing the dream as it is. So when I die, do I then just experience a series of dreams forever? And is it just a collection of my life? I mean, what was it before I was as I am now? What was it before this? This soul in this body, this energy, this Taylor Neely personality energy, that is me, what I am. What was it before I was born? What was it before I was not as I am now? I want to know. I would like to know, but I guess I will never know unless for some reason, once we get in these bodies that we're in now, maybe we're blocked from that previously which we were. We're blocked from which we were previously were, is what I'm trying to say. And we're blocked from what is after this. Maybe the soul I am right now in this body, I already know what is happening to me after this earthly experience. Maybe I can experience many different things at once I transcend this human condition. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't have any hard and fast beliefs about that, and that's what, I'm in a position of neutrality. They talk about that in the AA book when it comes to alcohol. Taking these steps, living this spiritual life. I begin to, if I take certain steps, and I do the program as it's outlined in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I do what my sponsor asks of me. I take some suggestions. A day at a time, I can be in a position of neutrality when it comes to alcohol. And what that means to me is I do stand-up comedy. I go to a lot of bars and clubs and stuff like that, and I'm around alcohol all the time, but I'm just not actively thinking that alcohol is there. It's almost as if it doesn't matter to me, usually, if I'm feeling good, if I'm feeling spiritually sound. I just don't think about it. I mean, obviously, I'm at a bar. I see it in front of me, and I acknowledge it. I'm not saying, I don't even see the alcohol, but I'm not ruminating on it. I'm in a position of neutrality. It does not bother me. It doesn't dissuade me, nor does it encourage. It doesn't pull up any emotions out of me. And, that's where I'm at today. Right now, I can't guarantee I'll be there forever, but I can at least feel comforted in the fact that I do certain things on a daily basis. Each day can kind of at least end with me not taking a drink, and that's all I'm really trying to do right now. That's all I'm really trying to do. Those are my goals, and I do need to call my sponsor. He opened a restaurant recently, and he's been very busy, but I need to call him. And, Steve, what's up? We need to get through all these steps because I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about it this time around. Just me drinking some coffee, talking on a podcast. That's good stuff. That's the kind of stuff you tell your mama about. The Super Bowl is tonight. The Super Bowl is tonight. How does this, at the rate we're going with everything, with every, oh my word, with everything in this country, in this current experience of the United States of America. I mean, if celebrities, football players are celebrities at this point. You have the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift thing, which I'm indifferent towards. It doesn't affect me. Some people hate it. But these Travis Kelce is a celebrity now. Patrick Mahomes is a celebrity now. They are like the celebrities of the Kansas City Chiefs. And then the 49ers, who are the other team in the Super Bowl, I mean, they got Christian McCaffrey and then Brock Purdy, and they're not as they don't have as much celebrity as Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. But they're still insanely rich. When you are a professional athlete, it's just that level of wealth is it's an entirely different experience of life, the human experience. You are afforded luxuries. You can buy fancy cars, fancy houses, fancy clothes. You can get into fancy clubs. You can get into nice restaurants. You don't have to. A lot of liberties are then granted to you. I'm going to go switch over my laundry, guys. So hold, please. Hey, guys, I'm back. I'm back in the saddle again. I'm sitting back in the chair. Laundry successfully moved over without a hitch. Not a single hitch. Not one. Which is good, laundry is one of, I live in an apartment. Let's get honest. I live in an apartment, and I don't have a washer and dryer in my apartment. I don't really have room. I do, but the place where the washer and dryer could go, a stackable washer and dryer, I use that as a storage closet. And the washer and dryer are not far; they're just across in the parking lot, pretty much. I just got to go into a little house where the washer and dryer are, and lo and behold, that's where they are. It's not complicated; it's pretty straightforward. But there's 3 washers, 3 dryers. One of the dryers is down. And that's tragic. That's tragic because, that really causes kind of a traffic jam of people wanting to do laundry. And today it is Sunday, February 11th. And Sunday is the most popular day to do laundry. And I'm going to kill that fucking dog downstairs. I'm not happy that there's a dog that lives below me. It just barks and barks and barks, and it's really not too much of a problem. But when he barks, sometimes it pisses me off, and I don't know if I'll ever. Till I'm more secure in my career or my life. There's more stability. I can then maybe get a dog. I had cats and they attacked me, so I gave them away. And that's just, but this dog downstairs, he barks a lot, and my neighbor has him in a tiny apartment, and he's a big dog, and, it's no place for a dog, but hey, that's her life. It doesn't affect me, except for it does a little bit because this dog barks, and he barks in the background of this podcast, and it really disrupts the flow sometimes, but not really. So I don't really remember what I was talking about, but we're back. We're ripping. We're roaring. We're back. The Taylor Neely Show. Episode 4,763. A lot of episodes have been in the can. And shout out to anyone who's been listening or watching. I appreciate it. You guys are the bedrock of this show. I have one guy on YouTube that has been leaving comments, and I appreciate you. Sorry, the dog is distracting, but that is okay. It's not a big deal. And he said, Taylor, it's fine. It's just a dog he's going to be barking at. You know what? The neighbor, she could shut the blinds. She could shut the blinds so the dog couldn't look out into the parking lot and bark at. What is he barking at? Who knows? But the dog is very confused. He's very scared. He doesn't know what's going on in this outside world. He is just... Maybe you can't even hear him. I bet you can, though, because there's no way you can't. But I will tell you, there's a dog downstairs. He kind of looks like Scooby. I've been watching Scooby-Doo recently. A girl came over. We watched Scooby-Doo together. Then I went over to her place and we watched Scooby-Doo again. And that theme song, original Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, where are you? It's Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got something to do now. Something like that. But it's good. It's a catchy song. The theme song for the original Scooby-Doo is a good song in and of itself. And I'll stand by that opinion. I'll stand and die by that opinion. So we got the Super Bowl tonight. 49ers versus the Chiefs. Should be fun. I am a 49ers fan, I guess. I don't watch a lot of NFL. I mostly pay attention to college football. I think college football is more exciting. But with the advent of the NIL or whatever, where all these college football players are getting money, it's probably turning more into what the NFL is. But it's fine. They deserve to get paid because the amount of people that watch college football it's such a big moneymaker. The athletes should get paid. They should get paid because they're getting almost life-changing money in college, and that's awesome. That's good for them. But I will be rooting for the 49ers just because I grew up being a 49ers fan because my dad is a 49ers fan. He was watching the 49ers back in the era of Joe Montana. So I am a 49ers fan by proxy of my father, Timothy John Neely. And that's just the facts of it. I'll enjoy it. I'll root for the 49ers. They have been to the Super Bowl a few times and they have not won once. They keep losing in the Super Bowl. And, the Super Bowl doesn't mean much to me. Not like if Ohio State made it to the national championship game. That is much more. I feel that in my guts. I feel that in my being. I feel it inside of me. That's where I'm a true fan of college football. But what I am looking forward to is I'm going to go to Patrick O'Malley's house. He's having people over, and there'll be lots of snacks there. And I like snacks. I could eat snacks as a meal all day and night long. Snacks as a meal is amazing. Like hors d'oeuvres, hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres are delicious because if you get enough hors d'oeuvres, it's basically a meal. So you got a pig in a blanket, you got a hot dog, you got a corn dog, a slice of pizza, some dip, some pretzels, some chips. Enough snacks, it's eventually a meal. And it's probably not the healthiest meal though, but that's all right. No one is telling you to eat healthy at a Super Bowl party. No one's telling you gotta watch what you eat. You gotta make sure you get enough vitamins in whatever you're eating at a Super Bowl party. That's not what the Super Bowl party is for. The Super Bowl party is a gathering of friends and family where you're together to watch football and the commercials. The commercials are almost my favorite part. I like the commercials more than the game sometimes. But I also I'm not, as I said, I'm not as much of a dedicated fan of the NFL as I am of college football. But the commercials are fun. So here's what upsets me is when the commercials come on and everyone starts talking, it's like I am kind of wanting to watch the commercials. The commercials are funny and they're good. And they're some of the best commercials all year. And I don't want to wait till later to watch the commercials by myself. I want to watch them when they air because I don't want to be, how much of a dork you got to be to go on YouTube after the Super Bowl and YouTube best Super Bowl commercials. Dork behavior. I've done it though. I'm a dork when it comes to that stuff. I'm a dork when it comes to a lot of things though. That's just the facts of the matter about me is some things when it comes to them, I am a dork. I'm a nerd. I'll nerd out on golf stuff. I got a new golf club. Well, it's not brand new, but I bought a golf club off a guy on Facebook Marketplace. I got a new 3-wood. I needed it. I needed a new 3-wood. My old 3-wood wasn't cutting it. I was slicing the ball. I had a senior flex shaft in it and it was causing me to slice the ball. Big banana slice off to the right. And we can't have that. Taylor Neely can no longer have that in his golf game. So it's going to be much better now that I have a stiff flex shaft. That's the facts of the matter now. That's what is true about me and my life and where I'm at. Me sitting in my barber chair right now in this apartment. That's the facts of the matter. February 25th, me and Patrick O'Malley, we're going to Austin. We're going to Austin to check it out for a week. We got 4 shows lined up. That should be fun. That should be a good time. If you're in Austin listening to this, which is a long shot, look for us or have us on your shows. I don't know. This isn't reaching anyone over there probably. Who knows who it reaches? I don't know. I don't know who this podcast reaches. It's very odd to be in the infancy of a podcast that could go somewhere or it could never go anywhere. You know, it could never go anywhere at all. And that's fine. That's okay if that's the case. Maybe this is just the first podcast I do of a few podcasts, and it takes me a few to really get it right. It takes me a few to really hone the craft of podcasting. Which, what is the craft of podcasting? No one really even knows. What is it? Just talking as I am doing, talking nonsense? Because none of anything I'm saying on this podcast is important. Maybe it is for me. Maybe it is for you listening, but it doesn't feel like it is, but maybe it is. You know, when I was talking about earlier about like, I don't even know what I was talking about, but you know what? Some of it is. Some of it is important for me to talk through some of these things, you know, where I'm at, what's going on. It doesn't count as therapy, but it feels like it could be therapy a little bit. But things are going good for me right now. Things are moving right along in my life. You know, I figured out the girl stuff. The girl stuff really was causing me a lot of emotional turmoil for a month, half a month-ish. And we figured it out. We settled our differences, and now we're still seeing each other, and it's good. It's good now. I thought I said... There's no reason to get into the gory guts and details, but it worked itself out, and I'm happy about that. We're good. It's all good. Oh, which is great. You know, I needed that. I needed that relief in my life because that's all I'm seeking in this world is relief from how I'm feeling sometimes. You know, sometimes that is one of the things that makes me an alcoholic is wanting relief from my current disposition, how I'm feeling currently. I want relief. I want relief from it because it's uncomfortable. And me being uncomfortable, I can't have that. I can't have being uncomfortable because when I'm comfortable, that feels so good. And you know, is it because I've smoked so much crack cocaine and done so much drugs and drank so much that there's comfort in that because it changes the way I feel? And that when I am, uncomfortable in my life, I have anxiety about something, I want relief from that, and I can't go to the bottle or to the pill or powder these days. I can't go to that because that severely fucks up my life. That severely disadvantages me from progressing in my life where I am at. I can't move forward when I'm doing those things, but what I can do is I can move forward when I'm clean and sober. I can move forward even though what I was going through with this girl stuff, it felt like I was not moving forward. I don't know what it felt like. It didn't feel like I was moving backwards, but I walked through it. I got through it. And I don't know how I got through it. I don't know how. But I did, and I guess I do know how. What did I do? I still went to a lot of meetings. I still talked to other alcoholics and friends about how I was feeling, what I was feeling. And it didn't alleviate how I was feeling immediately, but it did keep me safe. It kept me sober. It kept me about my wits. You know, it kept me safe in that regard. You know, and these things these steps I'm taking towards self-improvement. I don't even know if I would call it self-improvement. Tim Allen, it's home improvement, but it's self-improvement. And he's, I don't know what show he would be on. Maybe he's a show where he's a therapist. My impression of Tim Allen. That's my impression of Tim Allen. What the heck are you doing, dude? What the heck do you think what do you think the people want? The people don't want this nonsense. They want the war stories. Or something. I don't know. But all these steps I'm taking towards self-improvement, you know, sometimes it's gradual, it's slow. Progress is slow. Slowly but surely. Change happens. Positive change happens, and it's not all something that's perceptible to me right away when it's happening, but it is. I can look back on it, like this stuff with this girl stuff that was causing me such emotional turmoil. I could, even being barely distanced from it, Not even that long from the emotions it was making me feel. I'm not even that far away from them. But I can look back and say, hey, I made it through that. I walked through that. I walked through it with, at times, grace, and at other times I was clawing my way through it. I felt like I was in a, like, when you're in the woods and you're surrounded by thorns. This happens when I'm golfing and I see a bunch of old golf balls in the woods and I'm picking them up and there's thorns everywhere. It felt like at times I was working my way through the most thorns in a forest ever. Just a forest made up entirely of thorns. It felt like that's what I was moving through. It felt like there was no end in sight of these thorns, but there was an end in sight, and I am at the end, and I'm seeing it. But when it's happening, it's hard to see that, oh, this will change. This will be different eventually. Nothing is going to be the same forever. It can't be. That would be unreasonable of the universe to put that on me. That would be hell. That's what hell is. I imagine if there is a hell, or some variation thereof, of whatever that is, what we call hell, whatever it is to any other kind of being out there in the universe. I think that's what hell would be, is you're in a situation that is absolutely horrible and it never ends, and you experience it for eternity. You experience it for eternity, and that feeling of anxiety that I get in my guts, it never ends. That would be a hell. And I don't think there is living hell. There absolutely is living hell in this world. What's going on in the Middle East, Palestine, Israel, that is a living hell. That is a living hell, and the United States does have their blood on their hands with it, and other countries do also have blood on their hands, and I have no control over it. That's all I can say about that. I have no control over what's going on in Gaza, in Israel. It's tragic. It's horrible. But there's always horrible stuff going on in this world. And all I can do, and I'm not perfect, I'm not perfect. As far as, I talk a big game with all this self-improvement I'm trying to do, all this trying to live and be kind and be nice and clean up the wreckage of my past. And I'm trying to do that, but I'm not perfect. Yesterday, I was offered to go to, I golfed, and then I was going to go to this comedian give back something day. We were going to make cold weather packs for the homeless, and I slept through it. And I didn't do that perfect, and I wanted to go, and I really did, but I also really wanted to take a nap, and I succumbed to my inner beast, and the beast that was so sleepy. I slept for 2.5 hours, and I do regret that a little bit, and I can't change it. I wish I would have gone, because I said I would go, and then I did not go. And that's simply just how it panned out. So I'm not perfect. I am not perfect, and I acknowledge that, and I recognize it, and I know that's the case. And that's okay. No one is, but I do wish I had gone. But maybe I needed the sleep. I don't know. I can't change the fact that I didn't go. I can't go back in time and have gone to the comedian give back day. I can't. It's just not how time works. As I discussed earlier this episode, time moves forward, and only that. Yesterday too, I was on my way back from golf. I was on the phone with my mom, and then I'm in the right lane. I'm headed towards getting on the highway, and there's a car in a little bit like a car's length in front of me on the left, and a car, this fucking stupid Kia Optima. Hey, if you drive a Kia Optima or a Nissan Maxima, those are stereotypical piece of shit people cars. I'm sorry, but people who drive Kia Optimas and Maximas, I do not give you the benefit of the doubt. I give a lot of people the benefit of the doubt, but if you drive a Kia Optima or a Kia Maxima or a Nissan Maxima, I am automatically assuming you don't use a turn signal, you weave in and out of traffic, and you're selfish and self-centered, and you're only concerned about getting to your destination on time. I'm sorry, that is my default opinion on Kia Optima and Nissan Maxima drivers. Prove me wrong, prove me otherwise, but until you do, I believe those things. And that's okay, I'm allowed to feel those things. Just my life experience is that Kia Optima drivers and Nissan Maxima drivers are fucking idiots. and they're morons, and they're going to cause accidents and get people hurt. So, hey, maybe don't drive like that in your dumb, stupid car. And they're ugly cars. Kia Optima's ugly cars. Nissan Maxima's ugly cars. But this person, so there was a car length diagonally in between me and this car in front of me, and then a Kia Optima just, here's another thing. If you've got a Kia, if you got a Tesla, you've got a Kia Optima, you've got any car that's not a muscle car, and you put louvers on your car, which are like those blinds, they look like blinds on a car. If you put those on your car that's not a muscle car, fucking give me a break. You look like an idiot. No one is impressed that you got louvers on your car. It just decreases your visibility and it looks dumb. But I'm kind of a car guy, so I just think it looks dumb. But that's my opinion, and that's okay. That's my opinion. If you think otherwise, that's fine too. That is also okay. And if I'm alienating a segment of my audience that put louvers on your car, I'm sorry. That's just what I think. I don't think less of you as a person. I just think that choice you made is dumb. But it's also on par with people that put fake badges on their Mercedes or BMW. They put an M or AMG badge on their car that are not, or a Hellcat badge on a Challenger that's clearly not. And who's that for? Who are you doing that for? You're not doing that for. You're not doing that to impress anyone. The people that don't know anything about cars, they won't even know what that is, and they won't care. And the people that do know stuff about cars know you're faking. So you're only doing it for yourself. You're not pulling the rug over anyone's eyes. You look like a dipshit. You look like you couldn't even trick a baby into giving you, I don't know, some of it's money or something. I don't know, maybe like some of it's medication or something. Maybe a baby has good medication you want, and you're trying to trick it to give you its medication. You're not tricking anybody. You're not fooling anyone. You're just fooling yourself. Ha! Played yourself. Played yourself, player. Played yourself. But this car, it just squeezes through this diagonal car length spot in front of me, and they cut me off, and I honk at them, and then there's a right lane opens up, and I get into it to get on the highway, and as I pass them, I blare on my horn and flip them off, and then I go on the highway, and then as I'm on the highway, I play out the scenario in my head where they chase me down, and we get to a stoplight, and they get out of their car, and they have a gun, and then I also have a gun in my truck, and then we shoot each other. Some crazy fucked up scenario where I end up having to shoot this person because they're coming at me or something, and I don't want that to happen, but that is a daydream I had, and that's fucked up. It's not a very sober thought to have, but it's still a thought I had. It's still I would never flash my gun at someone in traffic. Probably, I can't say never. But what I can say is I probably would not, because that's a fucked up thing to do. And guns are scary, and I have some, but they're no joking matter. They're not something you just flash willy-nilly at someone you had a traffic dispute with. But hey, I still thought these things. I think everyone thinks messed up things. No one is innocent from, I guarantee it. I could be wrong, but I think most people are not innocent of thinking fucked up things and fucked up thoughts. I think on a daily, weekly basis, almost everyone has mean thoughts, racist thoughts, transphobic thoughts, any phobic thoughts. I bet they happen in your head, and that's the thing that it's about them. Is they're okay. It's okay to have these thoughts, but don't act on them. There's a saying in AA which is I'm not responsible for the first thought, but I am responsible for the second one. Like the thought I think about the first thought. I'm responsible for that. I am responsible for that. So that's what happened to me yesterday. And now we're here. We're moving forward. We're growing from it. And then I do have these thoughts, and after I think them, Taylor, that's not a sober way to think. That is not a sober thought process. You need to not think that. And then I just kind of scold myself a little bit, and then we move on. We move on with our lives. We move on with our day. I'm going to get another bubbly water. Hold, please. Yes, all right. Bubbly. Engage. Bubbly, engage. I can't wait till the future when I can just get bubblies on command. I can't wait till the future when I can just go, hello, hey, house, give me a bubbly, and it just comes down from the ceiling into my hand. I just have to hold out my hand, and my house puts one right smack dab in my palm. That's what I'm excited for the future is, you can have the house from Smart House or whatever. A lot of people tagging Smart House in a lot of shows, a lot of comedy shows, they're mentioning Smart House as a tag to a joke or something or a riff. And, I remember watching Smart House like once, but I don't remember what happened. What happened? Like the dad fucked the house or something? The dad had sex with the house. That's crazy. That's not appropriate. Have sex with your robot house. I'm feeling a little bit sleepy. I've been to the gym today, yesterday, and Friday. 3 days in a row of going to the gym. I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't done that in a long time. And it feels good. I do feel a little bit tired from it, but tired in a good way. My mind feels clear. My body feels sore, but my body feels good. Like I was so sore waking up today. And my lower back and my legs because I did lunges and squats. And I've never been a big guy for leg day. I was always an upper body guy, and I recently started doing more legs, and it feels good. My body feels good. My body feels worked, but it also feels good. It feels good to work out. It feels like I'm doing something good for my health. And Friday I was on a show and I didn't feel mentally energized for it. And I am wondering if I am sacrificing some mental energy I could have for a show, or maybe not. Maybe not. But I've been doing that. Exercise is good. It does clear my head. I do notice, I think because I drink a lot of caffeine, something I've noticed for the past few years is I get headaches from time to time, and it just like starts and I can feel it coming on, and it does not let up. It is just relentless. And sometimes Tylenol helps, but sometimes it does not. The other night it was not helping, and I took 2,500 milligrams of Tylenol, and that felt like a lot. You're not supposed to take more than 4,000 milligrams of Tylenol in a 24-hour period, and I took the most I'd ever taken, and my stomach kind of hurt from it. And so I went to the gym. That was Thursday, and then I went to the gym on Friday and Saturday and today, and no headache in sight. So there is I do believe there is some evidence, some self-research to show that exercise does kind of, I think it's the blood flow. My blood's moving very fast. I've got the fastest blood. I can't do a Trump impression. I wish I could. My blood's so fast. It's the fastest. I saw my blood and I was like, wow, that's some fast blood. I do think it oxygenates me. It makes me breathe deeper, so I'm getting more oxygen to my head. Because when I get these headaches, it feels like my blood is moving slow and my oxygen levels are not, getting to my head. Like I'm just not inhaling as much oxygen as I should. I will take Blue Chew from time to time because it works. Like if I have to use the condom during sex, I hate that. I hate using a condom during sex. It's the worst. A condom is like, it just, gets rid of all the sensation, all the stuff that makes sex good. Not completely, but a Blue Chew really helps me then not think about that and perform. It's a good performance booster. But that Blue Chew does make my ears and face a little hot. It does kind of send the blood to my face, make me flush. And that's just something I have to deal with, but it does kind of make my head feel pressurized. My head, not my wiener head. It makes my wiener feel, it does what it works as advertised. It works as advertised. But now I'm getting these ads on Instagram that are like, it's like Mojo or something, where it's advertising like having sex like you used to have sex. Like, I used to be able to get hard during foreplay, but then lose my erection during sex. And it's trying to, I guess it's a technique to retrain your brain to not lose your erection during sex. I don't know about that. I think it's just some people don't want to be dependent or needing to take a pill to stay aroused or keep their wiener hard. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to. Blue Chew works. It works as advertised, and I'm going to keep taking it from time to time because I like what it does. It means because I have had periods where I have performance anxiety, and it stops me from being able to get hard. I almost forgot I didn't take it today. I also take Propecia every day so I don't lose my hair. I wasn't in danger of losing my hair, but I'm taking it preventatively. I thought I was losing it a little bit, but turns out not. But one of the side effects is erectile dysfunction, and I thought I was getting that. But then I heard Mark Norman talking on a podcast that a doctor just said that was just all you in your head. And ever since then, I wasn't having problems with it anymore. But I also take Blue Chew just because it's fun. I don't know. This is pretty dirty, but it's for the fellas. Fellas, let me hear you say. I do notice if I do jerk off too close to sex, it is harder to get hard or come faster. And that's some NC-17 material right there. We won't get into that too much, but that's just me. That's just my experience. Some people I think porn stars probably, and friends of mine, or they can come a lot. They can come a lot more in closer time periods together, and that's not necessarily me, and that's okay. Everyone is different. Everyone's brains are different than the other. They're probably all shaped a little bit different. I bet they're different sizes. I bet everyone's brains or the wiggly lines in them are like, if you put my brain next to Hunter Biden's brain, I bet they'd be very different, but more similar than, say, my brain next to Oprah Winfrey's brain. Because me and Hunter Biden have both smoked a lot of crack. Hunter Biden more than me, but Can you say I wouldn't do the same if I wasn't in his shoes? If I was in Hunter Biden's crack smoking shoes, I would probably do the exact same thing. If I had unlimited crack access, I would have gone on a lot longer benders. I would have gone on. Probably. That's just all me saying probably, though. I can't, I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure what would happen if I was in Hunter Biden's shoes if my president was the dad of the United States, or the president of the United States. Also kind of the dad, but I don't know. We've discussed this before at length. Me versus Hunter Biden. Who would win in a fight, me or Hunter Biden? He looks like he's like 6'3" or 6'2". Easily Googleable stuff. Nonetheless, we're not going to do it because we don't take the easy way, the lazy way out and just Google everything. We think about it. We ponder it. We let our brains exercise, I think a big problem in society, in our culture today, man, is that information's just too accessible. Information's just too much at our fingertips. Our fingertips don't have to do any work anymore to get that information. Our brains are atrophying. Our brains are getting smaller because technology is getting bigger. Our brains are getting smaller. Our access to information is too grand. It's too big. And it's the advances in technology are wonderful and all, but it's like one step forward in technology, two step backs in our brain. What's going on? Suicide is at an all-time high. Loneliness is at an all-time high. Sense of purpose and fulfillment, lack thereof, is at an all-time high. People are feeling lost, I think. This is just what I hear through the vine of grapes. The grapevine. The grapevine. Heard it through the grape. Don't heard it through the grapevine. Don't heard it through the vine of grapes. Don't. That's Creedence Clearwater for you. Running on the river. But our brains are getting smaller, I think. Our brains are getting smaller, probably, or at least parts of them. Yeah, is there parts of your brain that's like a muscle? Like whatever part of my brain is really good at having a sense of direction, that's gone. That's out the window. That is in a different time zone now. That's gone for good. We got Google Maps, we got Apple Maps, you've got Waze, you've got whatever map system Lyft or Uber or Grubhub or Postmates or Instacart uses. All those maps have completely sabotaged the human ability to have a sense of direction. What is that sense of direction, though? Is that something? Is it just a feeling? Is a sense of direction a feeling? I don't know. I know my way around Atlanta now for a decent part. I don't always need a map to get where I'm going, but I do. I can't imagine what the heck you people used to do to get places. They just used a map? But what about before MapQuest? How would you get places? You would, I guess, use a map. And then what if you messed it up and you didn't get to where you were going? I guess it used to be easier than what I make it out to be in my head, because what I make it out to be in my head is something scary. I make it out to be something that I can't even comprehend. Like, everyone must have been lost all the time. Everyone must have just not been knowing where to go all the time, and they must have been just throwing their hands up in their car like, I'm not even going to go to work today because I forgot how to get there. Like, for me as a handyman, I'm at a different house every single day for the most part. I'm at a different person, multiple people's houses sometimes a day. I'm going to different houses sometimes a day, multiple times. And that is something I could not, I don't think I could deal with. I mean, just the having to just make up directions. You'd have to be your own Google map. You'd have to be your own source of motivation and inspiration to get to that next place you're getting to. So I don't know what people used to not do before maps, but boy, I do not envy the past. I do not envy the people of the past, all the trials and tribulations they had to go through trying to get places. What if you were going on vacation with your family and, everyone's looking forward to that vacation, and along the way you get lost? A wrench in the plan of family vacation off to a bad start? That sounds awful. That sounds horrible. That doesn't sound like how I would like family vacation to start. Everyone wants vacation to go off without a hitch, without a problem, because vacation is your break from the work you have to do when you get back. You work at the business place. Maybe you're a contractor of some kind, which I kind of am. I'm a handyman, but also a contractor, I guess. I'm a bit of both. I'm a jack of all trades. Maybe you work at the office and going to the beach. You're going to the beach with your family for a week. That's your break from the banality and the mundanity of working in an office, because boy, that is boring. I couldn't ever work in an office ever again. I work with my hands. I'm a handy man. I work with these puppies. Ruff, 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 ruff. I work with my hands. That's what I work with. But that's what works for me. I just can't be in a building like that, sitting down at a computer. I can't do it. It's not for me. It's for some other people. But that's all changing. The world is changing. I'm trying to think about being a handyman is fine. It's decent money. But recently I'm thinking about what's a different way I can make money? What's a different way I can make passive income, and then I could have more free time to work on writing jokes and comedy and podcasting and sobriety stuff? How could I set myself up to that, where that is my main use of my time? It's focusing on that, but then I could go to the gym every day. I could go to the gym every single day if I just didn't. So there is some, I thought, this girl was telling me, she was like, oh, you should do an OnlyFans too. But then recently she was like, no, don't do it. I'm like, I don't know, like a comedy OnlyFans. But then if I did a comedy OnlyFans, but then what about would gay men get on there, or older women in their 40s and 50s get on there and start asking me for sexy pictures for $50 a pop? Because I'd send them. Because let's see, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. That's $250 for 5 pictures. That's easy money. And am I leaving money on the table by not doing that? Or is that just, I'm saving my body, and I would be selling my body, and I'm not going to stoop to that. But, it's a way to make money. Like there are comedians in Atlanta that they have an OnlyFans now, and one of them in particular, she's making her living off of it. It seems like it's enough to sustain her at this moment in time. And she has like 2,400 followers on there. And she's making, what does she make, like 8-9 grand in a month? That's good money. That's good money. That's money you can live off of. And if you're able to sustain that, fuck getting a job if you can just sustain that. But I feel like it's easier for ladies. It's easier for ladies because dudes are creeps. Men are typically more creepier than ladies. But I don't know. Maybe there's an untapped market. There's this guy, Drew Morgan. He has an OnlyFans. And he seems to be making good, decent money off of it. But he also has like 60,000 followers on Instagram. And I've only got 2,700. Okay? And so, or 2,600, whatever. 2,600. I've only got 2,600, which isn't enough to redirect because these girls that have their OnlyFans, they had an OnlyFans like 10, 15-minute special come out. And people that watched that were then redirected to their OnlyFans. So if I just start one organically, I don't know if there'd be much organic growth. That's all we're really saying is the organic growth sounds difficult. It doesn't seem like an easy thing to, it doesn't seem like an easy thing to grow because I'm trying to grow this podcast. I'm trying to grow my comedy career. I'm trying to grow many different other things. So I don't know. If you're listening, let me know. Should I start a comedy OnlyFans? And I'll send you sexy pictures also because that's sexy pictures, not naked, but I'll send a shirtless picture. I have no shame in that. I have no shame in sending shirtless pictures, sexually suggestive pictures. I don't have any shame in doing that. I'm proud of the body I have. I am proud of the 28-year-old body I have. I've never been ashamed of it, but I'm sure there are some people in the world that are ashamed of their bodies. I'm lucky I was born with decent genetics that makes it. I mean, I grew up playing sports though. I do think that kind of played into me being able to, when I go to the gym, it's easy for me to get back into the gym and find the motivation to go to the gym. I've never had a weight problem. I feel like I will, maybe when I'm older though, my dad, I've been told like once I'm 40, it'll start falling apart. I don't know. Maybe not. I've never been fat. I've never been chubby. I've never had a single problem with weight. I've never been underweight. I had to cut weight for wrestling. I had to cut weight from 152 to 138, and that was brutal. I hated that. I'm so glad I never have to do that again, but I don't have body dysmorphia for the most part. Here's as far as my body dysmorphia goes. I'll go in the gym and I'll see a guy I'll be like, I'll look in the mirror like, ooh, I look pretty good. And I'll see a giant jacked guy and I'm like, oh, I look tiny. But tiny compared to him. So that's all good, all well and good fun. That's all good stuff, guys. We really got to the bottom of just many different things today, you know. Would you like me to start doing more topical stuff? Talk about the news, talk about things that are going on in the world right now. I don't know. I haven't been paying much attention lately. Tucker Carlson interviewed Vladimir Putin. That's crazy. I was saying to a friend, like, it doesn't matter if you're on the right, on the left. It is something I think everyone should, not everyone, I haven't even watched it, but it is something everyone should maybe think about watching because that is something the mainstream news is not doing. They're not interviewing Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. It's crazy. It's crazy that Tucker Carlson did that, and I probably won't listen to it because it's 2 hours long, and I just don't have 2 hours in the day. Or maybe I will at work. I'll listen. That's stuff I'll listen to at work. I'll listen to podcasts and Tucker Carlson and Russell Brand interviews at work, and that's where I'll do that because it's not something I want to do in my free time. In my free time, I want to just eat golf or hang out with a girl or watch a movie or, fun stuff. I learn stuff at work, but I also listen to fun comedy podcasts at work. So at work, I listen to fun stuff and I also listen to informative stuff. But I'm learning. I'm not learning anything. Like, I'm not listening to history stuff or anything. I'm not growing my brain. I'm not making my brain bigger with knowledge, I think, I do have knowledge of the world and how to interact in it. My people knowledge is pretty good these days. I think my social knowledge is pretty good, but my knowledge of other stuff. I have knowledge about golf. I have knowledge about cars, about handyman stuff, about comedy. But other than that, I don't have a lot of knowledge. And maybe this year I need to work on gaining more knowledge, filling up my brain with important knowledge I think can then go to parties and impress people with how much I know about stuff. There's a girl I'm seeing, though. She's like, ooh, whenever you do handyman stuff in front of me, it's hot. And I like that. See, ladies, that's all I need from you. I just need to I just need you to tell me, so when I do stuff, you think it's sexy. Okay? I hold being told I'm sexy in very high regard. Just tell me you think I'm sexy and I look good and I'm handsome and I'll love you forever. I just need you to tell me those things. Tell me I turn you on. Tell me you think I'm sexy. Tell me you think I'm attractive. Just tell me that stuff and you'll make me smile. Tell me you think I'm funny. Compliment me. Compliment me. That's all I ask is, ladies, men, anyone out there, just pay me a compliment. Say, hey, Taylor, you look good today. Your outfit looks good, because I'm vain. I'm a vain man. I will cop to that. I will be honest about that. I live in vanity. But everyone wants to look good. Everyone wants to be desired. Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants friendship. If you don't, I don't know who you are. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe not everyone wants that, but I think most people do. I think most people do want friendship, and maybe that's why Tucker Carlson and Vladimir Putin had an interview, because Vladimir Putin really just wants friendship. He's so isolated in his giant Russian palace, and for obvious reasons, he did invade Ukraine, and the people dying over there, that's a tragedy. And none of us want that. But, there's always two sides to one story. There's always two sides to one story, and what I've realized last year and this year is all that stuff is really, it doesn't affect me one way or the other. It's going to unfold how it unfolds, and sometimes it's really just not good to even have an opinion about it, because I see some people sharing their opinions online, and I'm like, what's the point of this? You're not stopping or starting anything. You're not helping anybody, especially some white people weighing in about Palestine and all that. It's like, guys, you look kind of stupid to me, but maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's what we need to do as white people. We need to say, hey, stop shooting each other. Maybe that's what we need to do. I don't know what the solution is, but I do know killing each other is also not the solution. Innocent lives being lost is never the solution to that. And I will say that I do not like innocent lives being lost. I like innocent lives being found. Go find some lives. Don't get rid of them. Go find them. Guys, another episode of Taylor Neely Show in the bag. It's done. We've done it once again, and I continue to impress myself with my ability to get on this microphone and talk for an hour of length of time. It's not an easy job, but it is a job that needs to be done so I don't go crazy and drink again. Because if it weren't for this podcast, I'd be drunk right now. I'd be smoking meth right now. I'm joking. I'm kidding. That's not the thing keeping me sober, but it is a good creative outlet. So, hey, I'll see you next time. I love you.